I'm Cynthia James, and this network is about changing lives one woman at a time. Hello, and welcome to Women Awakening. I'm your host, Cynthia James, and I get the extraordinary honor of introducing you to powerful, dynamic, and mighty women. Women who have stepped into their power, they're change makers. They are absolutely clear about who they are and what they want to do here on this planet. And it's unapologetic. So I am thrilled that I get to do this. And I come to you every week. So we're on Spotify, iTunes, iHeart, Spreaker, YouTube, Amazon. Subscribe and come back every week and meet an extraordinary woman. So my guest today is Valencia Callens Neptune. She is the founder and CEO of the independent record label and artist development company, So Am I Worthy? She's a singer. She's a songwriter. She's received a master's of music in voice and opera and a bachelor's of music in voice and performance. Southern woman born and raised in Alabama, Valencia has dominated several world-class stages, including Charleston Gaylord Center, Jemison Concert Hall, and the prestigious Carnegie Hall. And as she's been an international stage soloist for the UAB Concert Choir European Tour in 2014. I mean, she's got so many awards, I can't even tell you all of them, but I want to tell you that she's a woman of discipline, and she's a woman of diligence and hard work. And her company, So Am I Worthy, uplifts and highlights female singers and or songwriters with a strong focus on minorities to help alleviate burdens that women in music face daily. So her company signs female musical artists who may otherwise be overlooked by an unbalanced industry. Her reach, over 75,000 on their combined social media. Valencia, welcome. I am so glad you're here.
Thank you so much. I'm so happy to be here, Cynthia. I am so excited to talk to you and just, talk about women and empowerment and everything.
Yes, and I don't remember. I found you online somewhere.
Yeah.
And I was like, ooh, I want to know this person. So you were born in Alabama?
Yes.
My mother was from Alabama.
Oh, wow, nice.
I know. I know when I saw that, I was like, whoa, this is great. Okay. So tell me about your childhood.
Yeah, well, I did want to ask, what part of Alabama?
You know what? She was in a little town someplace that I don't even know the name of it because she left there when she was like 14 years old. My grandmother moved everybody up north.
Yeah.
Where are you?
I was born in Montgomery, Alabama. It's also small in comparison to the Birmingham, more the known spot. But yeah, my childhood, my mom tells me that I came out of the womb singing. So, I've always, been in music, always singing. And so just being from Montgomery, Alabama, it does have a history of some unfortunate discrimination and racism and things like that. And so later on in life, I realized that, I was surrounded a lot around, different ethnicities and people that didn't look like me. And so a lot of times, just being someone who would sing all the time in competitions and going places, I faced, some discrimination, or I also felt like I wasn't good enough at times. So I would kind of, go and tell my mom, like, I feel like, this person is better than me, and, I can't necessarily do it. But my mom is a force. She's a very strong, powerful woman. And she would always tell me, no, so are you. And, she really helped me to gain the so am I worthy mentality, just with me struggling with not feeling enough and just having a lot of criticism and ridicule. I mean, it comes with just being in music. You're getting on the stage, people are, telling you, giving you feedback. It comes with it. But sometimes, if you don't necessarily have this confidence or kind of support system and people telling you that you're good enough, you're trying your best, you're getting on that stage, you're giving your all, it can be a little daunting. But like I said, I've always been in music. Started off in the choir, started off in church, singing Amazing Grace, and just continued my journey in music. Went to UAB, got my undergrad, and then USC for my master's, and journeyed to New York to continue to pursue that music dream.
Well, it's incredible, but I want to tell you what you described. I understand, where you were and what you were going through, but I think a lot of us who are women, people of color, artists, have those places of insecurity because it isn't a culture that says, oh my God, you're the best you can be, you're powerful, you're dynamic. So you got to find your way in that journey to get to that. So how incredible you had a mother that said, you're already it.
Yeah. Yeah, it's very helpful. She's very supportive.
Yeah. And so since you came out of the womb singing, did you always know that you were going to be a singer and you were going to get educated in it?
Well, no. So not really. I always was in music and singing. I was in jazz band, so I started with the trumpet, and so I started playing the trumpet. Then it was like I had a decision to make how it was set up in Alabama. It was either a performing arts school or to go to, at the time, I thought I wanted to be a veterinarian or a dentist or something. I didn't know. So it was like, I know I really love singing. So let me just go ahead and do this all the way, because I was always writing, I was always singing, but I didn't know then. But as I went on to the performing arts school, that's where I kept hearing, wow, you have a really beautiful voice, or oh, you could actually sing classical music. They helped me to see more than what I knew.
Right. Well, you are a highly expressive person. I mean, I can just feel that sitting across in this moment. So do you feel like in retrospect that you were born to be on a stage?
I think so. I think so. I've always been animated. I've always been outgoing, but that's an interesting question too, because I'm also shy. You kind of have to learn. I was shy. I was kind of the young girl where they'd be like, you can get out of the box, or will you say something. I remember someone telling me, wow, what happened to that shy girl? I'm like, but when you're in music, you kind of, they put you in the forefront. You have a solo, and then you have another one, and then you have another one. And then you kind of learn, and that's when, in school, they kind of train you as well, how to present, how to perform, how to calm, that anxiety. And I learned that a lot in my undergrad, which has helped me tremendously just throughout life, how to calm myself and, present.
Yeah. Yes. It's really interesting because when I was a kid, I had a crazy childhood. And so the way that I survived that was through my artistry and my fantasy world. So I would see myself on stages and I would see myself traveling. And I think, I think I was shy too. I think that a lot of artists will tell you that that's who they have been, how they grew up, and that they evolved and developed into this thing, or they become that other personality when they get on the stage, So I want to know how you decided to start a company. I mean, because you were traveling all over the world, you were doing all these things. How did you decide to start this company?
Yeah, so I started So Am I Worthy in 2017 when I was in Jersey. So I had recently just finished my master's, and I packed up my Jeep and everything and journeyed to New Jersey, because New York would have been too much of a culture shock for me. So I had to ease into New York because that's where I am right now. And I've had multiple jobs, right? And so I was at my job one day, and I was just thinking, I've always knew that I also wanted to be an entrepreneur. My dad tried to be an entrepreneur, and, just doing my research and just seeing that, a black woman or the black community, they're trying to definitely, have their own businesses. And I've always just wanted that. And so I was thinking, you know, the struggle that I'm facing right now, and that's just trying to pursue my music career, going to different auditions, trying to keep a full-time job, and
Mhm.
also have always had this struggle of just trying to pay for, lessons or pay to go to the studio and all that. I see my peers feeling that way as well. So I'm thinking, I was at a job where I had a lot of time, because I was at a front desk at the time, a lot of time to just think. And I'm very spiritual as well. I'm praying and asking God, just thinking, what is it that you want me to do? Like, what is my mission? What is it? And I was thinking about what could I create that, one, I can alleviate the burdens that I see my peers facing, I face within the music, and what is something that I'm passionate about, I know I'm not going to give up on. And that was women empowerment and music. And so I was thinking and thinking, because you have to think about the name, you have to think about all those things. And I'm thinking, what is it? And I just felt like it came to me, so am I worthy? Because I was thinking about my mom and just thinking about, even just thinking about this business, like, can I do it? Am I enough? And remembering her telling me, yes, so are you. And that's how the business came about. That's how So Am I Worthy came about. And, it has changed a lot. It's always been about music and women empowerment, but we have redefined it a lot. And got its footing a lot during the pandemic, actually. But yeah, it's always been about, either coaching or teaching, uplifting and inspiring women, and intertwined with music. So
Yeah, well, that's powerful. I think being an entrepreneur is not for the faint of heart.
absolutely not.
There, there's a lot to this journey. And so this was a new idea. This was a startup. What did you do to prepare to launch the business?
A lot of research. I did a lot of research. I sought advice. And, I would say for myself, starting the company, I started it younger than I am now. I think I would probably be a little bit more proactive and plan a little bit more. But the person I am also, I'm like, I have a dream, I have a passion, I'm gonna do it. Because I always also feel like if I don't go after it, if I don't do it, I don't want to put it on the side, And so I was thinking about that, and I was like, okay, at this point, I have been in school, all that, I know research and reading. I read a lot of books, I researched, because it wasn't that I came into the business just having it all known about how to be an entrepreneur. I had to learn a lot of it, because it's not so readily available. It wasn't so readily available to me. So I took the time and I learned a lot. Again, I made the most of the opportunity at the time. I had a lot of time at my job. It was just very kind of chill. And so I researched, I read books when I on my break. And so I figured out and learned how to create an LLC and all of that. So Am I Worthy now is a trademark. And so, it just took a lot of research, a lot of guidance, a lot of videos, seeking, going to workshops, and putting the knowledge that I had from just the experience of working in, corporate America, and making it work for So Am I Worthy.
Yeah, well, so what I'm hearing is not only did you do research, you invested in your process and in what you had to do to build a business. And I
Yeah.
think it's any of you ladies who are sitting out there thinking you might want to start something or there's a calling for you, know that you have to put energy into it. You have to put action into it. You have to invest in it. You have to get support. I mean, that's one of the reasons I love doing this show. It's because I get to interview people who are saying this was my journey.
Yeah.
So now how long has So Am I Worthy been in existence?
Since 2017. So 5 years.
Awesome. So now is this your full-time work, your full-time life?
Well, it is now. I have left my 9 to 5 and going into So Am I Worthy full time.
Awesome. Yeah. Yeah. Well, any part of you scared?
Oh, every part of me scared. Every part. Yep. Yes. I mean, Like you said, it's a lot of investing in your time, energy, and there's a lot of uncertainty. It's not just I got a business and it's gonna work out. No, I mean, I've learned so much just having a business about planning, financials. I hear a lot about putting the CEO hat on. You have to put that hat on. It's not, despite me wanting to just be in the music, making music with women, I have to also plan for all the women and make sure I'm executing for them and thinking of strategies, and it takes a lot, but it's all worth it for me.
Yeah, it's beautiful. So part of my company is called AW, the Academy of Women Emerging, and we work with entrepreneurs, and we tell them exactly what you're saying, that you know that the dream is just the beginning. It's just the seed.
Yeah.
Everything else, it's like, how do you show up? That CEO hat,
Hmm.
is an incredible thing. So if I'm a new artist, right, and I've got music, and I see, oh, there's So Am I Worthy. What do I do to connect to you?
Yes, well, we have many different ways. One way is by, joining our email list. And also, we have, on our website, soamIworthy.com, where female singers and songwriters can join our membership. And in that membership is a community of women, and we have music tutorials, music videos, just because we want to make sure that the woman, female singer songwriter, set up for success in their music career, because it also can be lonely too. And you want to be able to have other people who can relate to you. You might not know something in regards to sync licensing, or you might not know one area of marketing, and so we're trying to provide tips and tools that can help the woman thrive on their music journey. So that's the other way. We're on all the social media platforms, and we also host live events if the woman is in the New York area. And so those are the ways they can get involved. And also, they can send their music demos to us as well.
Well, that's incredible. And so, is it all types of music, or is there a certain genre?
The genre we specialize in is contemporary Christian, gospel, and inspirational music.
Beautiful, beautiful. So, do you have a life outside of work? I mean, do you have a personal life?
Yes, I do, and I value that too. Well, I recently just got married in November 2021. Yes, to my best friend, love of my life, and so, but outside of that, I'm really into mental health. I love going to walk out in the to walk, and I love going out to eat, coffee shops, and I love my family too. So I'm always trying to go home to Alabama. I was just telling my mom, I'm like, time for a trip to come down there.
Yeah. And so, have you thought about, well, first of all, congratulations on marrying the love of your life.
Thank you.
Have you thought about, are you planning on having children?
Yes.
Right. So, have you thought about how to create the harmony between this passion called your business, this passion called your life, and your family? Have you thought about how you're going to harmonize that?
Hmm. Well, I think what I've been thinking about now is just I guess when the weekend comes, I'm gonna keep it as a weekend. I think just prioritizing time, and I think that's something I'm still growing in, still developing, because there are times where I'm up till 2 a.m. working on So Am I Worthy, or I'm trying to do a deadline, or things. And so I don't want that. I don't want the So Am I Worthy to be stressful, or more burdensome than kind of the day-to-day 9 to 5 that it was for me. I still want to enjoy, I still want to have fun, and I still want to value my husband and my family, as well as my other baby, which is So Am I Worthy. So that's still growing, and I'm still developing that, but just remembering to plan the time for both.
Yeah, that's beautiful. And it's the reason I asked you that question is because you're young, and you get to design your life,
Mm,
your way. And because I will tell you, in my life, I worked a lot, too much,
mm,
and it I didn't understand the priorities. And so my health suffered at times. And so what you are doing is you've created a container, not only for the women that you serve, but for yourself and your own health and well-being. And that's pretty spectacular.
Oh, thank you. I'm trying.
Yeah. So I met one of your team members, and so I'm assuming that you have people that work with you. And is there a criteria for the people that work for you?
Well, my criteria is what I always look for is heart, authenticity, and a genuineness. You met one of the most authentic people on my team right now. And so, yeah, one thing that I look for when I'm hiring or, getting to know the women that I would bring onto my team is, a humanitarian heart, the service, because that's what So Am I Worthy about. We're very focused on our mission, which is to highlight and uplift female singer-songwriters with a strong focus on minorities. And I make sure that that is clear. And so every woman that's on my team right now, they're clear about that, and they're all ready. They're ready to create opportunities and to, build diversity and equity and inclusion. And so I think it's the criteria. One is skilled, in that field, whichever, whatever the role is, but also the passion. That's what I'm usually looking for.
Yeah, that's beautiful. Yeah, I interviewed a woman a couple of weeks ago, and she's in the design business, clothing business, and she said something similar to what you said, and she said she wanted them to be people of faith, and it wasn't a matter of what faith they were, but people that were connected to their divinity. It was very important to her. So I
Yeah.
like that. So tell us again how we find you, and singer-songwriters, pay attention to this, write it down.
Yes. Well, you can find us at www.soamiworthy.com. Again, we're on all the social media platforms, facebook.com/soamiworthy, instagram.com/soamiworthy. We just launched our YouTube page, so go follow us. So am I worthy as well. And so, yeah, that's where you can find us. We'd love for you to, follow us and get to know us. And if you're in New York, attend any of the events.
Awesome. So I asked my guest the same last question. The name of this show is Women Awakening. What is the one thing you think is the most important about women awakening?
Most important thing about women awakening. I think the most important thing about women awakening is choosing to preserve their passions and their heart and not allowing anything to take that away from them. I think it is very important and I think as women, a lot of the times you can be shut down, or you can kind of be made to feel like you're less than, or what you have to offer isn't important. And I think for women to remember to choose their passions and go after it with all of their heart, and that, I believe, will keep them awakened.
Listen, I couldn't agree with you more.
Yes.
Passion is the fuel. Well, Valencia, thank you so much for being here. I'm honored to know you, and I can't wait to sit back and see where else you're going to go.
Oh, thank you so much. I've loved talking to you, and thank you for having me, Cynthia.
So, ladies, I'm going to say the same thing I say to you every week. Listen, remember who you are. You're extraordinary. There's no one else like you. You are powerful. You are mighty. You are creative. You are dynamic. You are indeed worthy of all the dreams and things within you that want to be fulfilled. The answer is yes. And so I'm grateful that I get to be with you. I'm grateful that I get to support you and to help you remember, because we are here to be seen, heard, and understood, because the world is waiting for us. Thank you so much, and I'll see you next time.